is. It's me. It's that dude. And today, it's not Trash LeBron Tuesday, but we gonna trash and pick at him nevertheless. Why? Because he deserves it. Now, I was watching the Dreamers Pro Show. Let me hold on. Let me hold on until I get one more person in here. It's Thursday. Uh, Yesterday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it was cold as hell, folks. It was cold as hell. But I made it through. It's about I guess about 50 degrees today. It's about going on 10 o'clock. What I'm doing is I'm out here at Ryder, uh, my delivery van, folks, was due for an oil change. So I'm here waiting on my oil to get changed, and then I'll be back on the road. But what I come to talk about is what I saw yesterday being reported by Charles Sabance on the Dreamers Pro Show. Uh, nice. See that? See that plane up there? Where is it? There it is. Or is that a bird? No, that's a plane. But anyway, folks, I was watching the Dreamers Pro Show where I get a lot of my sports updates from. Great show. Go check it out. But I was listening to him, and I was on the way home, and he was just so excited. He was like, hey, man, I was driving down the road, and I got a text or a notification from Mitch, I think is the guy that sends him a lot of stuff. And he was saying, man, I was shocked, and I had to pull over, and I'm like, man, what is Dreamers Pro talking about today? And what he was talking about, folks, is a poll that just came out. Now, let me tell you guys something. The things I say on this channel, I do not need any backup for anything that I say. I don't need people to agree with me. And in fact, I expect a lot of people not to agree with me. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. I know what type of world I live in. But anyway, he was talking about a poll that was taken by some channel. And this channel had 42 million subscribers. Folks, that's a lot of people. Boy, if I can get to 42 million, whoo-wee. But anyway, he was telling me about this poll that was taken. I don't know how many people got in on this poll, but the poll was dealing with the greatest players in NBA history. They had these players in brackets, like the NCAA. And what it was, you had matchups, and then you voted on a matchup. Who wins? Very simple, very interesting. Folks, I don't have any thing to show you about that. Hey, man, go check it out. They did a poll. Dreamers Pro Show was talking about. They did a poll. They had it in a NCAA type bracket about who the GOAT would be. So going through this poll, I hate to end it for you, but Jordan ends up winning. Hey, nothing big about that. He ends up winning this poll. But where where the problem comes in, folks, is where LeBron James ended up. And LeBron James did not end up, not Lon James, good one. I appreciate that. He ended up, I don't know who Jordan played in the semifinal to go to the finals. I can't remember that. But I do know that Kobe and LeBron got on there and in the semifinal match of this GOAT bracket, and LeBron goes down to Kobe. He didn't make it. Now, as I always tell you guys, I don't need anybody to agree with what I'm saying. I just don't. I don't need you to say, well, you're right. I don't need you to do that. I know I'm right. But where the problem is going to come in, and especially for these LeBron fanatics, because I've been saying it the whole time. You can go and ask my boy if you can find him. I've always said that Kobe is better than LeBron James. I knew that when I saw LeBron James in high school. How they were showing that stuff on ESPN. Oh, look at this dude. He's this and he's that. I'm looking at it like, okay, all right. Nothing special. Nothing special. Nothing special. So that's going to be the problem. And I just want to pick at these LeBron fans who try to tell me that this guy is top 5 in the NBA. Stephen A will tell you this fool is top 2. That's why Stephen A is an idiot. Stephen A also said that if Michelle Obama would have run for president, she'd have won. That's a retard. That is a retard. What is this 67? Explain. Originally I'm from Hampton, Virginia. That's where I was born. I grew up 20 miles south of Wilmington, North Carolina, a place called Bolivia. So that's where I'm from. LeBron is worse than a crybaby, Victor. He's worse than that. Because if he was only a crybaby, you wouldn't have me on here talking about him. This dude is certified bitch. And like I said, the only thing he is great and proficient in, and he's great and proficient in something, is being an outstanding bitch. I live where you live, Christina. Where do you live? Where do you live, Christina? Christina Peacock. Where are you from? What you talking about? I want to know where you're from. That's interesting. But yeah, that's what the poll said. And folks, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going to talk about Jordan anymore along with other players. Jordan belongs in his own little space. If you want to have a bracket, yeah, that's fine. But Jordan ain't in no bracket. Jordan is not in a bracket. And if you took Jordan out of the bracket that they did, I'm going to tell you who still would not have been atop that bracket. What you talking about? LeBron is not playing now because he's hurt. He's down there practicing with the G League, which I'm not going to jump all over him and pick at him because he's at the G League. Hey, man, that's what you do when you can't travel with the team and you need to get in some reps. You better find somewhere to play basketball. In the G League, that's where it is. So I'm not going to jump and try to pick at. That's normal as far as I'm concerned. I thought he was too big to do that, but apparently not. Apparently not. But, folks, here's who I'm going to be comparing LeBron James to, because I'm not going to be a fool and have this debate anymore. I'm not going to be a fool and have this silly, dumb-ass debate talking about who's better, LeBron. That's the gayest crap that I have heard this year, or however long they've been trying to push it. This dude does not have one iota of claim on being the best guy that's ever played basketball. No claim. And if I hear another lame bum tell me about some longevity. Longevity, huh? Longevity makes you a better basketball player. How long you play. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but I'm going to pick at these weirdos because this follows along, and it's encouraging to know that not everybody out here is stupid. And let me say what I always say. If you a LeBron James fan, you're stupid. There's nothing to like about this guy. He's a walking girl. That's what he is. That's what he is. You know, I watch a little bit of it's these series on Netflix and on YouTube, and where they're talking about the mafia and how the mafia was taken down. I hate you. Hey, well, you need to get over that, because I'm going to be on you. You hate me, that's cool, but I'm not going nowhere. I can promise you that. But yeah, the mafia, they had a code. You can even see this in The Godfather. There was a code that the mafia went by. But when people started getting younger, the younger people started coming along, they started breaking the code. Now, where is the mafia? Oh, they around. I'm sure they around. But their heyday is gone. You know why? Because the code broke down. And let me tell you who is the ultimate breaker of the code. It's bitch ass LeBron James. Why are you always calling him a bitch? Because he is a bitch. You wouldn't ask me why am I always calling that duck a duck. You wouldn't ask me that. So don't ask me why do I call LeBron James a bitch. Because he is a bitch. He does everything that a bitch would do. He blames everybody else for his shortcomings. He's never to blame. Never. He's never to blame. And I'm sorry to tell you folks, that's not how men do. When you win, you expect all of the glory. That's LeBron James. He expects all the glory. But when you lose, you gonna blame everybody. You gonna blame these players that we got. We need some more help and we need this and such and such. Always an excuse. Just like a baby mama. And that's where he comes from. A baby mama who is so low. I already know you're low because you're a baby mama. But is so low that you can be on the team and your mama will go and hump your teammates. That's where LeBron come from. His mama will go right to a teammate and hump her son's teammates. What else do I need to say? That's where he comes from. That's where he comes from. Let me tell you that funny thing he said that time. I know I've said it before, but yeah, me and Jordan, because I'm still playing, well, Jordan doesn't want to, there's still a competition there. LeBron talks to people like they're stupid. And especially to his fans. He fooled his fans. He don't fool me. Because I've been watching him the whole time. Okay, I'm not new to this, folks. I'm not new to this. If you're young, if you're 10 years old, and you a LeBron fan, I'm going to tell you, you need to check yourself. You need to check yourself. Let me say it again. No one has an excuse. This is not medieval times. You can see anything you want to see these days. And if you fall into this crap, I know it's a lot of propaganda out here. ESPN, they worse than the Nazis. Nazis had a propagandist. I forgot what his name was. Was it Goebbels? Some little scrawny, pigeon-toed white dude who his job was to sell a narrative. That's what his job was. And he did it very well. He did it so well till about 1945. He had run the whole country into the dump. They were hiding in basements and bunkers by the time the Allies got through with those Nazis. But his thing was to push a lie and to push a lie and to push a lie. Man, that is LeBron James all day. I don't go with narratives. I go with the simple truth. I'm not going to be narrating anything. I'm going to go with what happened, folks. End of story, period. And if you don't go with exactly what happened, then I don't have no respect for you. If you try to narrate a history that I sat and watched, I got a problem with you. I got a problem with you. You are my enemy. Ed, don't take it. That's it. No, you are my enemy. I don't like liars and people who push something besides what reality is. Okay, I don't go for that. But to reiterate what I said, the poll ended up, who was in the finals of this poll? It was MJ and Kobe were in the finals of this GOAT poll. I don't know how many players they had in there. I think they had 40 some players or something like that. Bird, all the greats, Iverson, all these guys. But Jordan meets Kobe Bryant, who I've said, this dude is I know I've said he's better than LeBron. And I'm going to say this again, what my friend told me, to where I abruptly checked him on this point. He came to me one night and we was talking. He was like, man, well, I got video of LeBron James destroying, this was his words, destroying Kobe Bryant. And soon as he got that out of his mouth, I said, there is no such video. There is no such video of LeBron James destroying a Kobe Bryant. So I don't know where that come from. See how they embellish the words? I saw an all-star game, on the other hand, where Kobe was out there making LeBron look like a damn fool. I did see that. But even I wouldn't come to you and say, "Ooh, Kobe was destroying." But if you want to bring that destroy word in, go and look at that All-Star game, to where Kobe is berating this dude on the court, blocking his shot twice, making him throw the ball all out of. And then you gonna tell me that you have video? There is no video. You know why there is no video of that, folks? Because it never happened. That's why there's no video of it. That's why I cut my friend off. You ain't seen such a video, so why are you telling me that? Find that video for me. You won't find that video. Okay, you will not find. Sadly, LeBron. So man, don't get on here saying that. Okay, just to amuse myself, how is LeBron the GOAT? How? I know P Diddy. I just made a mix off of him. What song did I remix? Oh, and check it out. I ain't stayed away from Bad Boy just because they're a bunch of weirdos. There's plenty of weirdos out here. But P Diddy in jail. Ain't nobody think about P Diddy right where he belong. He won't be there long. He'll be out doing his regular thing. P Diddy, whoever. Are you stupid? Yeah, I'm stupid if I think LeBron James is the GOAT. I'm a damn idiot. If that's what I think, I must be blind. I cannot have watched basketball all this time and think LeBron James is the best player that's ever played in 75 going on 80 some years of NBA basketball. That's a fool. That's a damn fool, and probably half gay. Did you hear what I said? Probably half gay. This dude should not even be mentioned. And in this country, you should know, they'll tell you a lie right to your face. It don't matter what it is, sports, politics, whatever. They'll lie right to your face. And the sad thing is, people will lap it up. People will lap it up. Well, I'm not going to lap it up. LeBron James is a bum. He's always been a bum. And I know his fans, they talk about him like he 10-0 in the finals. That's how they talk about him. Like he's 10-0 in the finals. No, he's 4-6. And let me repeat, in a couple of those losses, he has taken the worst beatdowns of any NBA player team. This is the GOAT. Leading these teams. He's taken two of the top worst beatdowns in NBA Finals history. That's the GOAT. You sound stupid. Went to the Olympics 3 times. And in the Olympics, you don't go with a bunch of scrubs. You go with a good team. And what did he do 2 times? Bronze medal. You went out into the international game as the so-called king, or whatever the hell you want to call this bastard. And guess what he got? He got his ass kicked by international teams. This fool came home with 2 bronzes. He got 2 bronzes in his collection. And when does he finally get a gold for the first time? Guess who they had to bring in? They had to bring in a man who's all about seriousness. They even told you on that Redeem Team shit. When Kobe out there, we knew that this ain't no joke no more. So you were taking it as some play before. International play, where I'm not going out here and these guys are going to beat me. No, they beat you. You didn't get a silver. You got a damn bronze. Twice. And then here come Kobe. And then all of a sudden, ironically, here comes a gold. I'm going to bury you bums. I'm going to bury you bums. I'm going to bury you bums. If you like LeBron, I'm going to bury you with him. Okay? The dude need to retire. That's what he need to do. But I'm just going to love to see this slow death of this bum. Because a lot of people are coming around. And like I told you before, if you just coming around to what this scrub bastard is, I'm not going to give you any credit because he's been showing you for the better part of his career just how lame he is. Just how lame he is. And that's why I come against him so hard and his fans, because you're delusional. And if there's one thing I can't stand is a delusional woman. But what's even worse, folks, is for a motherfucker to have 2 balls and a penis and be delusional. And be all into their feelings about what they wish and want to be true. But it ain't true, dumbass. And there is no confusion. There is no confusion over here. There is no confusion. And I'm going to unconfuse a lot of you motherfuckers. Anybody got anything to say? Anybody got anything to say? Yeah, it's a little chilly out here, folks. Maybe I should get out in the sun, but I'm waiting on this van. I ain't got all day to be waiting on this van. Because I'm almost in that mood to where I don't feel like doing anything. But let me switch gears. Congratulations, LeBron fans. He didn't even make the finals of the GOAT debate. Congratulations to the people who voted, because I thought everybody was stupid. Apparently, everybody is not. It's just a few of these weirdos around pumping this bullshit that Clutch Sports pump. Go out and pay people. Go out and pay people. This Shams dude, this Shams guy comes out and they're talking about Jordan, and he comes out all out of the blue, folks, with this. Well, somebody said he was playing Jordan 2 to 3 years ago and he missed a free. The man said he hadn't picked up a ball in years. Well, we'll have to see about that. I was like, what the hell is this Shams dude talking about? What? I mean, where is this coming from? Grinning and smiling, lying to folks, misleading folks. If that's what you do for a living, you're my enemy. And I'm gonna come against you, and I'm gonna give you no respect because you deserve none. Anybody that lies and misleads people on purpose, you got to be out your mind. I'm gonna bury this lame, this I don't know what he is. When I first saw this guy, the first time I saw him on ESPN, this is not hindsight. The first time I saw this dude, I'm like, who is this dude? Why is he around? He trying to be some basketball Scheffner? Well, Scheffner don't come out with no lame brain bullshit stories and comments. He tells you what's happening. But this Shams dude, just another LeBron dude paid by LeBron to mislead folk. Just a lame. Come up here on here smiling like a deceitful bitch. And try to throw shade on somebody, and then comes out. They didn't have to send it out. I know Jordan ain't fool enough to get on no live TV and just tell a lie. That's one of the reasons I didn't want him to come back. Because you can get on there and tell the straight up truth, and then somebody will come along and try to gray up the waters. That's a damn devil, man. That's a damn devil. You want people to think this man is lying. You want to throw doubt on some of these lames in some of these lames' mind about what's really going on. That's Shams dude. That's Shams dude on the Pat McAfee show. Well, we all have. I already missed the free throw, and man, what the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? You sound stupid, and you sound paid. You sound paid. Like the Gills Arena had the guy on there. I might have mentioned this before. Had the guy on there in tears. You know how you know they weren't coming down like that. You know how you all up under here is wet. This son of a bitch. Well, if Jordan is if they're always gonna say Jordan is the best, then why even play basketball? I should walk a mile before I say anything else. Off of that. Is that a woman talking? I don't even think Caitlin Clark would say something like that. She's a female. This fool is on there crying. And he was dead serious. Well, if Jordan is automatically going to be the best, then why even play basketball? Do you know how scatterbrained and off in the head you have to be able to even come up with that statement? Do you need a kiss on your cheek? You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Why even play basketball if he's always going to be the best? But that's what we deal with. That's what we deal with. The code was broken. You know who broke code? LeBron. Look at the All-Star game. I'm tired of people telling me this man has been the best in the league for 20 years, but he doesn't get any blame for the state of basketball now. You see how lame that is? Oh, he's been doing this for 20 years. He's been the best for the longest. But look at the NBA and its viewership. I remember when the All-Star game was must-see TV, folks. It was must-see TV, the All-Star game. I don't care about the dunk contest and the three-point contest, but that All-Star game was must-see TV until when? To where they got to try all kind of mess to get people to watch. And even when they do it messed up. They got a messed up thing coming out next year. They don't know how to do shit. They don't know how to do shit. Get an all-star team of internationals, get the NBA all-stars, let them play a game. This 3-team shit is some bullshit. Adam Silver should be fired. They need a real man in there. They need a real man in there, not some half a fag, big-eared dumbass. And that's what Adam Silver is. He's lame. He's lame. Leave it up to him, and Don Staley will be coaching men in the NBA. Leave it up to this dumb bastard. You won't see that in hockey, though. You will not see that in hockey. I'm not going to say why. I know why. I know why. Heard a little scrawny, no count, good enough wannabe man ass. Yeah, Don Staley, that's what I'm talking about. Stay your lame ass where you are in South Carolina. That's where you need to be. With those butches that you be recruiting. Ed, you are so mean. It's the truth. If you squint your eyes, you think it was a men's team. You can't tell these players apart. All both of them tie their hair up. All both of them use scrunches. Swinging hair this way and swinging hair that way. Tatted up, both of them. You can't tell the men from the women. Ed. I'm just tired of it. And I'm going to speak on it. And if you don't like it, who cares? I don't care. Now, I've got one more question I'm going to ask. And I'm going to start asking so many people this question. I've asked my sister. I've asked my mama. I've asked a good friend of mine. And I've asked a work friend of mine this question. And see, people are not stupid, but I see their wheels turning. I saw my sister's wheels turning last night. I say, don't get caught up in no gray shit, and don't get caught up. It's a very simple answer. It's a very simple answer, and it should not take you any time whatsoever to say it. Here's the question: is the creator, the person responsible for that Bible, is he a conservative or is he a liberal? I had two men, one my age, one about 15 years older than me. Both of them said liberal. And do you know what I said? How in the hell do you come to that? How in the hell do you come to that answer? And you got a book about this thick, full of rules and regulations of what to do and what not to do. And you gonna tell me that God is liberal? I know what you're thinking. You have to say that. You know why you have to say that? Because you've been voting liberal all your life. So what you gonna try to pull on me is, yeah, God liberal. No, the fuck he ain't. You don't have not one iota to support that. I'm gonna tell you who is hella liberal. I'm gonna tell you who is hella liberal. Anything goes. Do what you want to do. It's up to you. That's Satan. Who's liberal. There ain't a liberal bone, a liberal. That's men saying. The first person to tell me conservative was a woman. But the men who supposed to be leading, they say liberal. And if you come to me and try to make any iota or feed me any flim flam or any kind of way you want to twist this around to where you gonna make the creator, who has a manual, I don't know how many pages, full of rules and regulations of what to do and what not to do, and you gonna call that a liberal? I think you're full of shit. I think you think I'm stupid and that you can outthink me. You cannot outthink me with reality. Reality is too easy. Reality is too easy for you to outsmart me with some flim flam. But like I said, what you thinking about is how you be voting. And a lot of people, they be voting they be voting liberal. They've been doing it all their lives. All my life. So when I ask you what is God, conservative or liberal, guess what you have to say to save yourself? You have to say he's liberal. I love this. I don't outsmart people. That's not my game. You don't have to outsmart people. People don't like the truth. So they got all kind of stories to get around the truth. I'm not with that. That's that LeBron James type shit. Fuck what happened. Fuck what happened. Here's what it is. Propagandist, narrator. And then we got suckers to believe. We got suckers to believe. And that's what you are. You a sucker. You a sucker. You dumb. You dumb. That's all I can say. Why am I saying like that? Because I know what the hell I'm talking about. I know what the hell I'm talking about, and I ain't 2 years old. Okay, born 1970, folks. That's when I was born. So that means all this talk, I got to watch the majority of it. And I damn sure watched them all these years. I watched Jordan the whole time. Jordan came on the scene in '82 at UNC. 20 miles away from where I grew up. When the UNC did his thing at the end of his tenure, 3 years at UNC, he goes to the Olympics. What did he bring home? College athletes, folks, not NBA athletes. College. What does he do? He gets on a college team with no Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley was one of the top players back then, coming out of college. But Knight didn't want him for some reason. It might have been his attitude. Man, I'm going to tell you, attitude matters when you got a team going on. Attitude matters. Attitude matters. But anyway, went to the Olympics on a college, a team of college athletes. Had 8 to 10 games against NBA talent. Won every damn one. This is against Bird, Magic, Isaiah, whoever the fuck you want to name. Won all of those games. Then went to the Olympics. Won all of those games. Came home with a gold as an amateur before he stepped one foot on an NBA court in an NBA game. That's what he did. That's what he did. Comes into the league, and I wish I'd have had that damn ESPN magazine where they say a star is born. Setting the doggone NBA on fire. Just about like Caitlin Clark, but to a larger extent. You're not just bringing people out to see you play at home games. Wherever you go, it's selling out. You know why? Because a star is born. Okay? He didn't have much of a team, but no, this dude is no joke, and people wanted to see him. End of story, period. Man, LeBron came in, and he went even past his expectations. Okay. And what does that mean? That mean he the GOAT? No. GOAT don't take the worst beatdowns in finals history. Not no GOAT I know of. And if you think a GOAT can go to the finals and get the worst beatdown ever, not in the past 5 years, in the history of NBA finals, this lame son of a bitch, I think that made me the GOAT. This motherfucker got the worst beat downs ever. And when you go and look at these games, you're going to realize, oh, you don't know none of the players he played with. You're going to realize that those players did the same things that they had been doing the entire year to get you there. But guess what? When we get there, we need a whole lot more from our so-called GOAT. Did they get it? No. What they got was historical beatdowns. Who's taking the worst beatdowns in NBA Finals history? Let me say it again. It's one name. Who's got the top 2 worst beatdowns in Finals history? That's LeBron James. That's attached to this dude. The self-proclaimed GOAT. Code breaker. Go have an all-star game, and what do? You show up in clothes. You don't notify anyone. That's a bitch. That's a bitch. That ain't no man. That's a fucking punk, is what that is. That's not how men conduct themselves. That's how bitches conduct themselves. Wannabe men. And that's what LeBron James is. So keep right on loving this bastard. And I promise you, well, let's get off of him for a second. Because I watched the Thunder last night. And the Lakers. That's including Luka. That's including Austin. That's including Archie, Aunt your mama. That's including all of them. They got boat raced. And I'm telling you, When LeBron comes back, he's going to have to fit in that gay ass shit he be saying. You don't fit in and fit out. Man, you sound dumb as hell. Let's see what he going to do. Let's see what this bum going to do. I heard a rumor that AD might get traded. Poor thing. He can't stay healthy. Why they traded for this dude? Man, boy, that was dumb. He's on general manager that made that move. Now he's going, well, the owner, we going to take responsibility for it. Okay, take responsibility for it. But if you're going to fire somebody, fire all of you. We going to take responsibility for it, but you fire one dude. When you had to give him the okay, he's the one to get fired. That's weird. That's weird. It seems kind of fishy to me, folks, to tell the truth. It feels kind of fishy. But, man, let me get off of here because this van is taking a little longer than I wanted it to take to get fixed. I got work to do, but I ain't in no hurry to tell the truth. So, no, I'm going to leave it alone, let them do their work. Van needs servicing, so that's what I'm going to let them do. I'm getting ready to get out of this window before I be sick. Not trying to get sick. Oh, but to sum it up, folks, LeBron doesn't even make the finals, which he should not have. And, folks, I'm going to tell you something. I do not want to disrespect Larry Bird. So don't get me wrong when I say this. Let's put Larry Bird up against this so-called GOAT LeBron. I say that I'll pick Bird 10 out of 10 times. Between Bird and LeBron James, I'll pick Bird 10 out of 10 times. 90, 40, 50 is what he's known for. He's not known for throwing his player up under the bus. I remember him saying, we all played like girls out there. What I remember him saying in a press conference. He said, we all out here playing like girls. LeBron would have said, my teammates playing like girls. That's what he'd have said. Not me. My teammates. We need better teammates. We need more help. We need more this. We need more that. What you need is to get the hell on. That's what you need to do. But I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy watching this car wreck that he's always responsible for. I'm going to enjoy it. And in the meantime, his fans, I'm going to bludgeon them and bash them because they deserve to be bashed. They deserve to be bashed. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bash them just like I'm going to bash these baby mamas. I'm going to bash you. I'm going to bash these lame feminists. Okay? I'm going to bash these, I'm looking for what did they say? I'm looking for a high-value man. Bitch, you would know a high-value man if he was peeing on top of your damn head. High-value man is a man who won't deal with you. That's high value. I want to tell you what high value is, since you dumbass bitches don't know what high value is. High value is a man who stays around and raises his children. That's high value. I had a high value dad. You would not want to know me if I didn't have my dad around. End of story, period. That's high value. But on the Kevin Samuels show, high value was money. Oh, I get it. I get it. But plenty of people got money. The high value dad is the one who stays around and raises his children. That's hella high value. The highest of value, as far as I'm concerned. So all that money, that's what they're about. They're about money. And I get it. I get it. But 6 figures, who makes that? Who makes 6 figures? Yeah. Hope they cut off your damn SNAP benefits, bitch. Think I'm going to pay your lame ass to sit home and spread your legs and squirt out bastards? No. I had a 73-year-old woman in the dog. The Lord said you should. I don't like when people think I'm dumb. Lord ain't said no such a damn thing. Lord said get out here and work. That's what the quote unquote sit on your butt. He said, no, get your monkey ass out of this garden since you don't want to listen, and you're going to have to go to work. That's what he said. That's what he said. But this lady tried to tell me, well, God said the children. Yeah, right. Whatever. I'm going to tell you what God said since you think I'm stupid and ignorant. You don't know nothing about no God. God said, keep your damn legs closed. You ain't do that. God said, stay with your marriage. You didn't do that. But you going to tell me God said, man, to hell with that. God said, get your lame ass out here and work for what you get. Not sit around and expect other people to work and pay you while you out here hoeing. Y'all motherfuckers got me fucked up. But I'm about to redirect you. Think I'm playing. But anyway, I think my van is ready, so let me go check and see. I'll be checking up with you guys later, but appreciate you watching. I'll be back on at a later time to pick at LeBron and his fans because they deserve to be picked at and bullied. Peace.